I needed a small monitor to keep an eye on my YouTube analytics in real time. This is a feature YouTube provides for creators to see channel performance, including abandoned videos, in real time to help creators make better videos. Now, this feature is available on smartphones through YouTube Studio, but it doesn't refresh automatically and you need to constantly swipe down to refresh. I managed to put together a rig made out of Intel Compute Stick and a 7-inch touchscreen monitor that I previously used to mod my PC to display stats. This rig came into existence when I realized that I can't keep my PC on all the time as it burns through a ton of power. At maximum load, it can rack up upwards of about 400 watts, which is very high for a simple task. The contraption I managed to put together barely reaches 10 watts. That's right, 10 watts, less than what's required to charge an iPhone, which is fantastic. The only issue with it is it's too small for me to be able to monitor from a distance, so I went on the hunt for a new monitor. I wanted to keep things simple. I didn't want a touchscreen or 4K resolution. It's an overkill for what I want to use it for. I came across this monitor from a company called Bimawen at 16 inches and 2.5K resolution and an aspect ratio of 16:10. It seems to have decent reviews and over 1,000 units were sold last month alone. So let's see how it holds up. In the box, you get the monitor, of course, which is surprisingly slimmer than I imagined. We'll come back to it in a second. You also get two USB-C cables, an HDMI to mini HDMI cable, a 20-watt power adapter, and 4 small screws to use for the VESA mount, and a leather, made out of plastic of course, cover to take it with you on the go. Now let's talk about physical features. On one side you have the power button, a 3-way click wheel, and a headphone jack. On the other side you have 2 USB-C ports with one supporting power and display, meaning you can output a display and power up the screen at the same time, and a mini HDMI port. You also have 2 speakers on each side, and in the back you have the VESA mount screw holes. And at the bottom you have 2 small rubber feet for slippery surfaces. Like I said, the monitor feels really slim, and setting it up is simple. It comes with everything you need, minus the stand. Connected to the power source, it consumes about 10 watts. Now this is important for me because I want to keep things at low consumption. You might ask, what's this obsession with power consumption? Well, I'll be running it 24/7, so it is important for me. And along with the Intel Compute Stick, it's a combined total of 18 watts, which still keeps it at low consumption power levels for my needs. It comes with built-in speakers. That sounds decent. The quality is okay, but a bit low. It's still an upgrade for me, since the previous monitor didn't even have a speaker, which is fantastic again. There were similar options with built-in battery and higher resolution, but what made me want to pick up this one is the small bezels and the VESA compatibility. The small bezels make it seem worth a lot more than its selling price at about $150 US. And although I'm currently using scissors arm with a clip to hold it, it's nice to have as an option when you need it. The brightness is adequate and is on point, similar to the viewing experience you would get from a modern laptop. It's rated at about 400 nits, and I think it's accurate. The color reproduction is great. The blacks are deep and the red and blue are vivid and consistent. On the options menu, you have exactly what you need to use it. Brightness control, a switch to change the input, and even change the aspect ratio if you need. The most notable thing I want to point out if you're planning on buying it is that you can have a picture output and a power source through one cable. You will require a dock or a laptop with a Thunderbolt 3 or above, but the issue is you will be stuck at 20% brightness. If you need 100%, you will need to supplement it with additional power source. By the way, I almost forgot, the refresh rate of the display is, although posted I believe at 144, but it's actually 120 Hz refresh rate. Now for me, it's currently at 60. That's just the limitation of the configuration I'm using. So you can actually get it to work on 120 Hz refresh rate. In addition to using it as a YouTube stats monitor, I also like to use it as a regular monitor for my Razer laptop, and sometimes as a screen to read my voiceover script like the one I'm doing here. I also intend on using it while I'm traveling. I have been using it now for almost 2 weeks and I haven't had a single issue with it. I don't see anything going wrong with it, as the previous monitor I had was a Chinese made and is still going strong after 3 years of use. I would have been a little bit concerned if this was an OLED panel, as they tend to have a permanent burn-in if they're left on a static screensaver or constantly displaying the same image. I have made an order for a few more items, like a 90-degree HDMI adapter, a USB-C adapter, and a long-reach monitor arm. Ideally, I want to be able to look at the screen without seeing any wires hanging or sticking out for a clean look. If you wish to have a similar setup, I will leave an affiliate link for all the products you have seen in this video. It's important to note that you will need to buy an additional cable to use it with the Intel Compute Stick. The one that comes out of the box is designed to work with a laptop or a desktop. The Intel Compute Stick doesn't have a female HDMI and is designed to work with TVs and monitors. I have made a video testing the Intel Compute Stick if you want to know how it works. It's currently retailing for about $200. So the total setup should cost you around $350 US. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is it a clever solution, or is it a complicated solution for a simple problem? That's the end of this video. If you enjoy voiceover style videos like this one, consider checking my playlist. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.